One of the myths you hear most often is that homeless people are homeless because they are addicted to drugs or alcohol, or they have a mental illness that keeps them from being able to function in society. It's easy to believe that. Many people we talk to are struggling.
I was into a lot of things for a long time.
Even though I'm homeless, I got lots of stuff. It's just, I don't know, I can't control it. It's just something that I have to do. But I've been trying to be better. I canceled the shopping apps off my phone, and so I don't get those messages anymore to try to get you back in. But yeah, that's been my downfall.
You lose your job and you're limited on money, so to escape reality for a little bit, you choose to do things that you normally wouldn't do, and then it just progresses from there.
I've been there, so
I want
I
to drink.
can relate.
I want to drink. Okay.
I would say between 50-60% of the people have mental health issue or substance and alcohol problem.
So not everyone who is homeless is addicted. But when you hear statistics like that, you have to wonder, are those who are addicted homeless because of their addictions? Or did homelessness and the need to cope with some really dire circumstances lead them into addiction? And what role does mental health play in all of it?
You got to get a bigger Band-Aid, put it on. Eventually, they're all going to fall off, and you're going to need more Band-Aids and more Band-Aids and more Band-Aids, more drugs, more drugs, more drugs. It's not conducive to a long life, you know what I mean?
Actually, what really happened was I ended up starting to get really bad depression, anxiety, just overwhelming, stress was just so much, and I actually started drinking, and that was a big downfall for me, because now I was like, instead of confronting and facing the problem, I was just masking it like, well, that whole self-pity thing, nobody cares about me, so why the hell should I care?
I drink, but you have to drink out here. You go out of your mind. So you forget you're living in a tent.
I think that there's been a lot of rhetoric politically for a long, long time about the personal moral failings of a person becoming homeless, when the reality is that when we're looking through surveys and we're talking to people, there's a series of events that have happened for somebody to actually lose their housing, and it's never because they had a drinking problem, right?
I believe that people who have a substance use disorder, when it gets to the point where they're no longer able to sustain themselves in an apartment or with family, end up homeless.
No matter where homeless people come from, can they escape the perils that come with substance abuse? It does seem to be pervasive. We asked some who have made it through what they had to do.
They say when you go to rehab or whatever, you got to change everybody you're around. You got to get rid of your phone, your Facebook. So that's what I did, but I did it in person. I just got out of there, because I told her, I said, I really think, once we get out of Ohio and we got away from all this and it was just me and her, that we could focus on each other a lot. And like, of good.
Tell her what you want to do.
We're gonna build a bunch of soup kitchens.
Oh, there are people who have drug addiction, this and that. But even still, even if you have an addiction, that's because you're sick. You have a disease. Why do you put someone out in the street? Would you put someone out in the street if they had leukemia or cancer or anything like that? No. Illness is illness. It doesn't matter what type of illness it is.
Substance abuse, there are not enough beds, not even close to enough beds. And there aren't enough longer programs where somebody who has been addicted for years is not going to magically be sober after 30 days. A lot of these people need 4, 5, 6 months in treatment just to establish new routines, establish hopefully making new friends. Because generally when people come back out of treatment to the same old stuff, they go back to the same old business.
A lot of folks don't see the connection, and a lot of folks truly believe that it's a separate issue, and we're recognizing that truly it isn't, because my folks can tell you that it isn't a separate issue. There's a direct relationship with substance abuse, mental illness, and homelessness.
We learned that not every homeless person is dealing with an addiction, but it does seem pretty easy to fall into when everything else in life has been pulled out from under you. And addiction is just one of the countless problems that's going to have to be addressed.